Good morning, everyone. I've got Chicolette right here behind me and Esperanza down here. I seem to be attracting some sheep this morning. There's her baby Suerte. When I say baby, I mean he is all grown up. He will be 3 close to Christmas Eve, but he still is close with his mama here, Esperanza. I was trying to get a little bit of the goat poo raked up. It's a little bit more challenging than the larger animal manure. Maybe not the best topic of conversation, but we are an animal sanctuary. This is real life, and poo is something that we deal with a lot. We even have to have a dumpster because we can't fit it all, even in multiple trash bins. So we don't always get a chance to actually work on the goat poo. It is, as you can imagine and probably see here, it's really small, and it's not as big of a concern or something that we're able to spend time on most days. But we got done pretty quickly this morning, and so I figured I would take some time to do a little bit of that tidying up. And these girls were not having it. They just kept rubbing on me, and of course I was just so happy to oblige. So we'll circle back. We'll maybe do a little bit of that goat poo cleanup in a little bit, but for now I figured we'd just jump on. Oh, she almost fell. She was actually, she's already messed up my ponytail really nicely. She was chewing on my hair, chewing on my shirt. She is, let's see, March. She's over a year and a half old, but she's still the baby of the sanctuary. Oops, there goes my glove. There we go. Okie doke. Let's see who else we have here to say hello to this morning. Hi, Tuthara. So one concern that we have, and we're hoping that we can get addressed soon, it's not a huge deal, but we call this area here the goat playground. They love to, run and frolic and jump up there and just hang out. But over here, you can see there was a hole. It's been patched. Luckily, we have a volunteer who's handy like that. We have another hole over here that was patched. But this ramp here is a little bit wobbly. You can see that this chunk of wood, it just keeps slipping out, and it doesn't look, that huge, but it's solid wood, so it's very heavy and hard for us to maneuver. So we're not sure if maybe we can just kind of scoot this structure closer so it'll stop falling out. And then also this one over here, like I said, since it is pretty dilapidated, we're hoping that one of our future work days that we have coming up, that maybe somebody is handy and able and willing to kind of help disassemble part of that, and then maybe even build a little bit better of a structure for us. For the goats, like Miss Chicolette here, see, it's a little wobbly. Luckily, she's very agile. All the goats are, but we would hate for it to tip too far. And it's not a danger right now. As you can see, this chunk of wood is definitely far and solid enough in that it's not going to fall down completely. But we want to be extra safe, of course. Hi, Mr. Butters. Or I'm sorry, Gilbert. I was thinking about Butters. Butters is right there. I'll see if I can get close to him. He might be a little annoyed with me still. So Butters was dehorned before he came here. And, we advocate against dehorning. The name of our sanctuary is Goats with Horns for a reason. And when they dehorned him, they kind of botched it. So you can see on the top of his horn, maybe if he'll let me. Oh, good. I'll try to get up close. It looks a little purple. The purple is a wound coat. It's like a spray, but the red is blood. Hit the top of his scur. It's not a full horn, but there's just a little bit. Basically, they didn't go down far enough. They weren't thorough. They weren't careful when they did this to him when he was just a baby. And so now it kind of keeps growing back and falling off almost like a fingernail, and the tissue is just not healthy. It causes him pain. Instead of rubbing his little scur on things, like a lot of the goats love to rub their horns on anything they can, Butters, it causes him pain, so he does not do that. And earlier this week, his scur, excuse you got a little sneeze? His scur kind of completely came off, and then it was just covered in blood. So we've been careful to keep some wound coat on there. And Yeah, he does not like having it applied. He's not a very big goat, so it should be easy for us to kind of, just hold on to his collar and just spray it on there, but he does not appreciate that. So it takes a few of us so that we don't have to, yank on him too much because we don't want to do that. Okay, let's walk around and say, oh, we did also have a little minor issue this morning. Albert, who is normally very sweet, every once in a while, we don't know if it's just hormones or the full moon that's in effect right now, but Mr. Albert was very aggressive earlier, not towards us, but with Gibby. He actually knocked Gibby down. Gibby is our largest goat. Yes, Susie, can I help you? Can I help you? He knocked him down. He was literally growling at him. It's very weird when we hear these kind of animals growl because they normally definitely don't. But yeah, I'll show you just in case you are drawing a blank on who Gibby is. This is Gibby, our OG of the sanctuary. He had him, knocked down, stumbling around, and he was just kind of ramming. One of the other volunteer that was with me this morning, she was trying to come by with the bird food to feed the ducks, and that's always a little bit of a precarious situation because all the goats and sheep, they all want to try to get a hold of that bird food, and it's not good for them. It's not formulated, obviously for goats. It's not goat food, it's not sheep food, it is bird food, not healthy for the goats at all, but they're all obsessed with it. So we're always trying to kind of sneak it back and put it into the duck pens really quickly. And Albert was just crazy about it. I wasn't there. I was doing I think I was feeding the cats at the time, but Courtney said she had to just kind of toss the container of the bird food down, just to be safe. So that way he would stop, trying to come at her. And she's not a nervous or a new volunteer. It's not, she knows her way around the animals. And even she felt like, oh my goodness, I need to just drop this and get away from him because he was just, again, he wasn't trying to like bite her or ram her, but he was just going crazy when he saw that bird food. He was ramming everybody, and so the other animals were kind of bumping into her, and it was just a little crazy. So we told Albert, we said, we love you, Albert. We always love you, but sometimes we don't like you when you're acting like this. But let's see, we got Peanut here is getting all these little booty scritches. Zeusie's following me around. He was doing I think sometimes he might get like a little ant on his snout or something, and he starts doing this like dance. He'll start spinning around and running. When I was showing you guys Butters over there right at first, you may have seen him kind of running around like crazy in the background. We've noticed him do that before, and it's usually after he's been snuffling around. So that's why we think it's probably an ant, and it is still warm here in Arizona. So, we do still have to worry about ants. Of course, it's not like the ants completely ever go away, but they're a lot more, they're more dormant in the wintertime. So soon here, we won't have to worry about them as much. Say good morning to Rapunzel, also known as Miss Sassy Pants here. Very pretty girl, just not always the friendliest, but we just love her and take care of her just the same. As you can see, I'm safe here. She's in her stall. We call this her stall, but again, like I've mentioned before, she doesn't live in here. She's just the first animal that we put away when we get here in the morning. She comes in here, and as you can see, these pools aren't for her to swim in. Although, she could if she wanted, but those are for the pigs. They got their wallows in there. In a little bit, I'm going to let her out, and the pigs might go in for a little mud bath, or maybe they'll wait till it gets a little warmer out. It's supposed to only be, I think, under 90 today. I think it was only like 87 or something for the high, which is just so amazing. It's just going to feel so good here for us as we're headed into fall. I don't think I saw on the next 10-day forecast that there were any days over 100, which is amazing. It's kind of funny because in different parts of the world, at least I can, speak for America, at least, people often look forward to summertime, like, oh, it's so beautiful out, so nice and warm, we can do these fun things. I love summer, it's beautiful weather. And here it's just it's the opposite. Yes, Susie, do you need some more attention? It's the opposite here. Here in Arizona, we're like, we dread the summer because it's just so brutally hot as we are in the desert. And it's a struggle to keep everyone alive. Especially if you guys have been, watching us for a while or over the summer, you saw how difficult it was, and just the struggle it is to make sure that the animals are hydrated and not getting overheated and things like that. So let's come over and say hi to the cows. Good morning, Nala. Nala was really excited to see the other volunteer this morning. She's very bonded with her, and she just had a baby earlier this year, so she isn't able to come quite as often. And today when she saw her, she went in to brush her. Nala was like, I'm not letting you out. She just wanted her to stay with her all day, but she did have to get back to her family. Hello, Miss Norma Jean. Norma, you having a good morning so far? Ooh, just felt a fly on my arm. And Mr. Zeus, the little shadow today. Is that ant off your nose now? You feeling better? I wouldn't like an ant on my nose either, so I understand. Oh, you talking to Nala? I wonder what they're saying. I don't know. But let's go say hi to the birds really quick, and then I think I'm going to try to get some of that goat poo cleaned up before I take off. Mr. Chico. Right. So some of you may have seen that we've been having a little bit of hard time with one of our roosters named Stan. He got his new coop, and he's just been having such a hard time growing his feathers, and we have him on all these, different supplements. Hi, Fernando. And he finally is starting to grow his feathers back. And oh, there goes Tootsie. Last week, we had to wrap her foot up too. And yesterday when we went to check it, it was also healed up. So things are looking good for most of the birds. Our sweet Kiki, our hen, is doing having a little bit of a hard time, but otherwise everyone's doing well. We're not sure if Kiki may be going blind. She was seeming to have some sort of a neurological issue. She was extremely lethargic. She's actually not even out here right now. Michelle, the wonderful property owner, has been keeping her inside at night and just letting her out during the day so that, she can be protected and comfortable while she's sleeping. But she is also almost 9 years old, which is starting to get up there for a hen. So we hope that we still have many more years with her, but we'll just continue to monitor how she's doing and her quality of life, which, like I said, it's doing better than initially when we first noticed the issues with her. We thought, oh my goodness, she might be getting ready to pass away. And then she kind of bounced back. She wasn't quite as lethargic, and she had energy to walk around. And her previous owners came to visit her, and they brought her one of her favorite snacks, and she ate a bunch and was, in good spirits. So that's what we like to see. We had everyone else, all these other ladies over here just hanging out in the bushes, doing well. And now I will go ahead and get started again on that goat poo. We'll see. It looks like everyone's kind of starting to settle down for their morning nap, so maybe they won't be so as demanding for attention, which I say that like it's a bad thing, but of course I love their attention. So either way, it's a win. So anyway, guys, thanks so much for tuning in. I hope you all have a beautiful Sunday. We'll see you later.